obviously already have it. And I can tell you right now it is worth buying. We'll go have a suss. I haven't added a cart garage. Otherwise, normally entering in through the back like this, you would get a garage here also. So this actual arcade that we're looking at now is in money services, obviously. And as well, you will actually have to go and see Lester in the park. I forget the name of the park. You have to go see Lester in the name of the park in order to be able to actually go on to foreclosures and buy the arcade. As you can see the little yellow tabs here. This is the one I have. If I remember correctly, it was about 1.8 million, and it's the second cheapest one here in the game. The only other cheapest one you're looking at all the way out here, and it's not worth it if you're going to buy it out here because you're going to be coming all the way back down into the city every time to do your missions for your high setups. So this one is definitely a GTA favorite. Once you have bought it and you've set it all up and everything else, you get the heist, the casino heist. As you can see, I've already got mine ready to go with potential take of 2.3 and a player take of 1.5. You can do this with just one other person, but I recommend at least 3 because you're going to need to actually have more than one person taking the score. So the more people, the more money you're going to more likely get. When you do start to set it up, you start on this board here. And everything can be done on your own, just like you would sort of do run your businesses. You don't need to have anybody with you to do any of this, but if you are going to, you need to have your CEO or your biker business active, and you need to have those people who you want to help you a part of your CEO or your biker business. This, I would say, in total probably takes about an hour, this board here, and that's if you want to do everything. Once you've done that, you'll get to this board, and you've got at the top here different hacker, driver, and gunman to hire. I always will go the more expensive because you get more for your dollar. Obviously, quality is going to get you further. I choose the rifle loadout because a lot of who you're dealing with isn't going to be directly in front of you. You're going to want to be able to have a little bit of distance between you and the enemy to take them out. Getaway vehicles, I would preferably want the motorbike, but I've gone this time with an army type utility vehicle, which does seem to be quite slow. But the benefit of doing this vehicle is that you only have to collect 2 vehicles instead of 4. And as for the hacking, you don't get to choose, you just do the same hacking device each time. Not everything on this board has to be done, but I suggest if you want the easiest heist, you do get everything that's done on this board. But as you can see at the top right hand corner, there's a to-do and optional. The to-do is what you must have in order to get to the next board of the heist, but the optional is the extras that are going to make it just that bit easier. Again, all this can be done with just one person. You don't need anybody to help you do any of this. So unlike a lot of the other heists that you do in your apartment or at your facility and things like that, where you find yourself struggling a lot of the time trying to maybe find players that are going to help you do the heist setups, with this you don't need any of that. You can do everything on your own, and the only time you're going to need anyone to really actually join in and help you is when you're going to be making the money. And of course that's much easier because everyone wants to make some money. The very first time I actually did this heist, I got to take a little over $1 million because the other players that I did the heist with, I did them the minimalist cut, as they hadn't helped me with any of the setup and they were ready to go, no worries. Now, that's the benefit of getting this arcade, is that, and you can run this every day. You get 3 different choices in doing so also. You get the big con, silent and sneaky, and another which I haven't tried yet. But each time you do it, you will have to do one that you didn't do last time. but this can be done, I'm fairly certain, as many times as you like. And in total, I would say the prep setup would take, I mean, if you've got an oppressor and you're able to use your biker business to just call that to you when you need, I would say that all these jobs on your own should only take between, depending on your skill level, between 2 to 3.5 hours. The job itself is actually quite simple, quite easy, and maybe 10 minutes. You do get a weapon workbench, which you don't have to pay for extra. It comes as a part of the facility, but this board here, I have not paid for, actually gains you control over all of your businesses in one place, a little bit like the Terabyte does. So it's the reason I haven't actually purchased it. I have the Terabyte, but I am considering doing so because I use this facility quite a lot, and it's center to a lot of my businesses.
Whatever.
Going upstairs to the arcade itself, you see the door. It's quite cool. Another added benefit, the safe. You get a daily take every day, just like the nightclub, but way better, because unlike the nightclub where you're constantly having to promote the business in order to keep up with the daily intake, the arcade never changes. And as you can see, it just filled up to $50,000, and I mean, that's been sitting there for a little while because it really did build up that quick. So we'll just have a quick look actually on the computer. Just to sort of give you a look at what you're dealing with here. So X to manage access laptop, and square to manage arcade games. So I'm wanting to actually access the laptop right now. Total earnings of 146,000. That's not including heists. That's just the take I've been getting out of the safe, and I only just bought this. Here are the games we can buy. Quite overpriced. And as you see with my arcade, I've actually doubled up a lot of the games around the joint to fill it up. I just don't like it looking so bare. And having one last look out here.
Oh, hey.
That pretty much sums it up. I mean, at the end of the day, is it profitable business to own? I would say definitely. I mean, the added benefit of being able to have arcade games too, this, you know, unlike this one you get at your casino, which you have to have other people to play with you. These games you can play on your own. I mean, I've tried a couple out, they're a little bit simple, but it's cool to look at. Definitely money to be made off of this if you're into doing heists, and you know, even just having a passive income come through your safe. $50,000 here and there, like as you can see for me, I was pretty broke, so that come in handy. Yeah, so I suppose that pretty well sums it up, and I'll catch you later.